last week we learned to use our watercolor sets. This week we're gonna try a new technique using the watercolors called Watercolor Resist. And it involves an oil pastel or a crayon or a bunch of oil pastels and crayons. And it's kind of like magic. So first what you need to do is draw some sort of picture, or you can just experiment with some lines and shapes. I'm going to use a crayon because it seems to work better with this technique, but you do have to press really hard. So using a crayon is a little bit more difficult than an oil pastel. Let's actually test both of them just to see how each one of them works. So I'm gonna start making some stars. Let's make a moon with the oil pastel just to see if it shows up just as well. And I'm gonna press really hard with the oil pastel. It's a little bit easier to see where you're drawing if you're using an oil pastel. Now you can use other colors of oil pastels too. So I'm gonna use some yellow, and maybe I'm making kind of an outer space picture. So maybe I'll make some planets with my yellow. Now I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with this, and I'm gonna use my light green, and I'm gonna make a space cat. So now I'm gonna get my watercolor, and I'm going to have my water cup right here. And we learned last week about painting wet on wet, so I'm gonna wet my paper a little bit just to make it a little easier. I'm only gonna do one little area at a time. Now I'm gonna grab my paint. Remember, wake it up, wake it up, wake it up, wake it up, and make sure you're being gentle with your paints. You're only going back and forth, not around in a circle, only back and forth to make sure that paint is taken care of. Now look at that, whoa. So this is called Watercolor Resist because the wax and the oil in the oil pastel and the crayons resists the water. It pushes it away because oil and water, wax and water don't mix. Now maybe I want to paint around this guy. Maybe you want to add a little bit of another color in there. So let's wake up this pink. And then here's where you can try something kind of cool. You can make some little splatters. If you hold your brush, you can just go boop, boop, boop. Don't go too crazy with this though, because it can get out of hand really fast. Try to do it away from your clothes too, because some watercolors might stain, and I just got some right on my lip. So stand back, do it gently. Cool. All right, Watercolor Resist. And once this is dry, you can always go back in and draw more things. But definitely wait till your paper's totally dry. All right, try it out, have fun.